So you have one kid, want more. Would you homeschool the kids?
I think that we want to do whatever is best. If that means homeschooling, we're totally open to it.
What's your gut tell you?
I think that there's different types of education that fit different families better. I think for some areas in some schools, public schools can be great. I think private schools, I think the university models can be great. I think homeschooling can be great. There's so many different models because I think the structure for so many families is a little different. Also for me with dyslexia, that really was a blessing when I finally got diagnosed with it and understood how I learned. But mom was equipped and able to handle it. So I think that homeschooling can be really, really special for certain families, but it can, but it's not also right for every family.
What was your parents' reasoning for homeschooling you and your siblings?
It's a good question. I think probably one of the first things that they would say is because they wanted to make the things that were most important. And that would be relationship with God, relationship with each other, things that are gonna last for eternity, the focus first. And also, they're big believers in education and focusing on that. But if you know all of these grammar words and you can write essays and you can crush calculus, but you don't love God and love people, what's it for?
Your mom had a bit of a tough go initially, like suppliers wouldn't provide or sell materials.
Oh, back in the day, it used to be really hard to be homeschooled. There was such a stigma to it. I even know that when I was growing up, so many people would criticize them or criticize us or teams I would play on, and you would have to hear so much chirping and there's the weird homeschoolers type.
Really?
Oh yeah, it wasn't even unique early on.
I gathered from reading your first book that it seemed like there were elements of it that were hard, that was hard for you. Like you questioned if you were missing out on certain friendships.
Totally.
How so?
Oh, I think there's a balance, right? I think it's like, I know I love what I'm doing, but maybe am I missing out on something, right? You have that fear of it, that FOMO, you know, like, but I also, it's not like I was ever ungrateful. I loved it. I was so grateful. I loved my homeschooling experience. But it doesn't mean even when you love something, you still, when you do one thing, it usually means you're sacrificing, you're giving up something else. And I was involved in massive youth groups. We were involved in mission trips every summer. We were involved in science fairs and in history fairs. We were involved in year-round sports for so much. So we were still around a whole lot of people. It wasn't kind of like, oh, they're homeschooling and you're like socially awkward and isolated and, maybe smart, but can't talk,
Well, but it can be for some, probably. It's a credit to your parents for
creating
those opportunities.
Every family's different, right?
Yeah.
What do you emphasize and what are you making a part of? I think one of the things that we did that was so special, and I'm so grateful, is we got to make learning about life a priority and the reality of the world. Like, I can't tell you how many countries I was in before I was 5. And getting to see the world and not just kind of have a bubble over you, but being told about the world. We got to see it and experience so many cultures and backgrounds and ethnicities and different places around the world that really helped. And I felt like that was so much more of a unique but special education than just like, hey, this is what this book says.